Good evening. Welcome back, Jackie Reyes. How are you doing today?
I'm great, and thank you for having me, DJ Wanako. I'm very grateful to you and God, and everybody who kept me on your prayers last week. As you many of you know, that I had my daughter was in a car accident, and with
Mhm.
my granddaughters. So I'm back. I'm grateful to all the community. I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to all the doctors and everybody that took care of my daughter. So I'm doing really well this week. I'm very recharged. I'm very faithful. I'm very um grateful to everybody who kept me and my kids in their prayers.
Yeah, it was a tough situation that you were involved, or your family, your daughter and granddaughters. Talk to me, like, because we missed our normal Jackie's Thursdays. So can you tell us a little bit about it? Because people were warning still a little, because I didn't know in detail. So what exactly
So
happened,
yeah,
Jackie?
so she was out visiting her mother-in-law in La
Hmm.
Plata, Maryland, and then the car lost control, and she was airlifted, to a trauma center in Maryland,
Hmm.
and then my granddaughter was airlifted to Washington Children's Hospital. So it
Hmm.
was very, and the not knowing the reality was where we were living, having my grandchildren in one hospital, not knowing where my daughter was. It was a experience that I will never wish in anybody, but only the faith in God that everything was going to be okay. Sunday and Monday, where it was a picture that it was not good for for
Hmm.
my for my daughter, but everybody that called me kept her on their prayers. It's like I'm a strong believer as a spiritual woman, that I was very, very, like, felt the love. I felt the blessings that everybody have for my child. So I'm very blessed and grateful for my community, by my family, that we stick together as what we always have when things happen. As a single mom, we have been through a lot of things, and
Hmm.
we always come strong because that's the core values that we have as a family. Always love each other, regardless whatever we go through. We stick to each other.
Hmm. I'm so glad to hear that there are, that everything went maybe not perfect, but well. And are they both stable?
They're both, the three of them, and the other child and their parents. They're
Okay.
all home now, and I'm very grateful that the doctors acted quickly. They had to do what they needed to do, so
Hmm.
I'm very satisfied. And they both, all of the three children that involved in the accident, they are home.
They're
And my
home and
and my and
safe.
my kids, yes, yes, yes,
I'm and safe. Glad to hear that, Jackie, because it was a shocking moment for everyone. Everyone
yes,
that appreciates, admires you, and loves you in
yes.
flat out words. All
Mm-hmm.
right, welcome back to the ride. The pain ride, which is
Yes,
getting narrowed and
uh,
narrowed.
yeah, I'm very grateful to my team. They didn't miss a beat, So
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
very grateful that they kept on going. We are only 27 days away from the campaign, from June 16th, and they kept on going. So I'm very grateful for that.
I'm very grateful too, Jackie, and glad to hear you, see you, and that you're still on it as
I
always, as
I'm a
always.
warrior.
Yes,
When when
as you
when
mentioned.
we talk, when we choose use these terms, they come reality. They come
They,
reality, and I call myself a warrior. So I think God is like testing me. Oh, she got herself a warrior. Let's see how a warrior she is. So
exactly. Let's see what she's built of, right?
So I cannot be a warrior, down talking to me myself, right? I just gotta be a warrior. I gotta be a prayer warrior. I gotta be a warrior for my people. I gotta, like, I gotta stand up for what I say that I am.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So now get into those boots. I got another question for this week. One of the things that stands out in your campaign is that relationship that you got with people, right? So now in that area in Columbia Heights, you've been endorsing them, supporting them, and being right there with them. How is that working or happening, Jackie? All that area, that zone, those cells, all those
Vendors.
vendors. How
Hmm.
is that whole situation going on? Because that's one of your center of attention. Go ahead.
Yes, yes. I am so grateful that God have put me always in the way of my vendors. I have been with them at the Unity Park back to in 2007. I helped, help them get permits to vend in the park. Then I got them a parking lot across like from La Pandan supermarket so they can vend.
Mhm,
And then now with all of these vendors on Columbia and DC
mhm,
USA, I'm helping them to get their permits, but it doesn't come with a flip of fingers. It comes with a lot
mhm,
of patience, working with DC government to make sure that we are meeting them where they at. Some
mhm.
of them they don't speak English, they don't write in English or in Spanish. So we help them
Sí.
with the permits, filling out the applications. It's a lot of holding hands, but that's who I am. I am
Mhm,
one of them. So now they came out and endorsed me. And I'm very grateful because one thing with Latinos are we're very grateful to people who are give us a hand. So they say Jackie's gonna take care of us, and they don't want to be on the streets. They want to
mhm.
be able to pay for a place so they can stay. You know what I mean? So as a
Like a steady
councilwoman,
place.
a
Mhm,
steady place that they want to be out of the element. It's not that they want to be in the corner. Who wants to be in the cold, bending? You know what I mean? So they are going to, and I'm going to work with them as a councilwoman to make sure that they
mhm,
have all the resources that they need. And
mhm,
I speak their language. I feel their pain. I grew up
mhm,
buying mangoes from La Colocha,
mhm,
on 16 and Irving, and there ain't nobody gonna move her. She has been in that
mhm.
corner for years,
Oh
and I
yeah.
never got sick. I never got sick eating her mangoes.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
I am very intentional when I say my street vendors are gonna be treated with dignity and respect. They are love. They are cherished. They are part. They are business. They are immigrants. They're business owners. They are business
mhm.
owners.
Yeah.
So and we just have to make sure that they have every tool that they need to become in compliance. And I'm gonna
Mhm,
work with them one step at a time to
mhm.
make sure that they become successful, and if they want to go in and open up their business, we're gonna work with them.
I'm glad to hear that, Jackie. And you've been doing this for so long, and you're still there. I think you definitely deserve their support. Okay,
Yes,
because
yes.
ever since I've known you, you've always been there for 'em. And so I'm glad you're on it. Is see, those are the aspect that many of the I'm not gonna mention names, but they don't. They just walk by and ignore a part of our community that exists, and some of them take advantage of because everyone buys out of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And and what we want to do is to make sure that our constituents, and that doesn't mean who they are, right? You could be
Mm-hmm.
black, white, orange, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You need, for me, you're my constituent, and you need to be connected to resources, but you need to be touched, you need to be feel loved, you need to be respected. And that's where
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna get with me. I don't care if we have a different style, but love and humanity doesn't have a shape or form.
No,
You
no.
have to respect is respect in
Mm-hmm.
whatever language you need it, right? And people can feel that. You cannot fake honesty, right? You cannot fake love. So I'm going to be that kind of woman that in World One, you're going to be respected. It doesn't matter your background, it doesn't matter your immigration status. I need to make sure that that my people knows that when they come into World One, they're going to be like, what? Jack is going to take care of you. Guess what? I have your back. I will make sure that I have been doing it, and I will keep doing it.
Yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure, and that's why we have you here at the at the at the at the spotlight that they are exposing. And I want to invite people to get close to go to the location here below, 707 Kenyon Street, Northwest Washington D.C., to get involved and support and get love and love back with your environment that is there that you
Well,
guys are
you can
working
love
there.
me. You can love me on June 16th. Okay,
Hmm.
June 16th, come out. You gotta mark me number 1. I'm number 3 on the ballot. Please make sure that you mark Jackie Reyes Janice, and then if you have received your ballots in the mail, please do and fill it out, mail it in, or June 16th. Come out to the polling place, talk to your friends, talk to your family members, talk to grandma, to tell her, hey, mama, let's go, let's get out and vote. You can do the difference. Like right now, you have the chance to elect the first Latina, but guess what? This Latina had grew up in World One. I'm a direct product of what the love on World One, the village is about. I went to the LAYC. I was here for the Van Pleasant riots. I worked
Right.
for 2 mayors. I worked for the late council member Jim Graham. I make sure that Mount Pleasant, when music was not allowed in Mount Pleasant, it was
Hmm.
for years. I was make sure that I came. I connected resources. That's when I met Haiti when they were having that issue for 10 years. Didn't they have music in
10
Mount
years.
Pleasant?
Yeah.
Remember? And it took somebody
Hmm.
like me to connect the dots.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. So please, and have that QR code so you can guys scan and do make your donation. 5,000 is the minimum, right? No,
No, it's 50. Only
50
fifty
bucks
dollars.
or
Mm-hmm.
$50 on that QR. So please, let's join and thank you so much, Jackie, for giving us this time so we can keep people informed about your whole structure and campaign. Okay, Jackie, I
Okay.
really appreciate it. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you up there. This one's yours, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe
You
this one's yours.
16. You 16.
You're
Gracias,
16.
papá. God
Thank
bless you.
you.
Okay,
God
baby. Bye
bless
bye.
you too. Have a great one. Bye.
Bye.